Can't really hide him, but the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. It's second catch in a row, first down.
5-9, 5-9. Let's go, let's go. Set. Lion, let's go. Ready.
Here's Herbert. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
You get a sense of what this game plan might be. They think they can take a few home run shots against this defense. They tried it there on the opening drive, but that ball's incomplete.
Here's second and 10. Herbert back to the air. He'll check this one down to Hampton. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical it'd be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
A rifle throw that's going to be intercepted. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
Pass complete to Judy on the out route. So the completion good for 7 there. And it's second down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
Here's second and 3.
Here we go, here we go. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Sanders. There's a short one caught by Fannin. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
A 7-yard pickup brings up second and 3.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's second and 3. Sanders once more. And his throw is incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Here we go, Scott. Rocco 80. Ready.
On the ground, this is Quinshon Judkins. And a good burst there right from the start as he'll get this one out near the 35. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
First down, right back to Judkins. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Ready.
They'll stay on the ground with Judkins. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
To throw is Sanders. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt them later.
Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays, right? The ones that we're going to magnify. Usually those happen in the second half or later in the game. This might be the key play of the game showing up here in the first half.
The Charger drive about to get going. The drive begins with a carry by Hampton. And he's got some space here. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
5-9.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Out of the gun, Herbert. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball through, and it's 2nd down.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
21. Let's go. Baylor Tiger. Go.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Throw left side complete. That's Hampton. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown. A great play there. 29 yards. And the Chargers will strike first here, this wild card matchup. For the extra point, Cameron Dicker. And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Chargers 7, Browns 0.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And this one over the back line of the end zone. They definitely don't want to get. Him a shot at returning it, that's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30.
Okay, ready?
The Cleveland offense ready to go. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time? Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Ready?
Once again, Judkins. And he will possibly get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. On the other hand, it will definitely take us to the end of the first quarter play. The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up.
Ready up.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Go. Gotta be lying. Ready.
From the shotgun, Sanders. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL that...
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
On first down, it's Hampton. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double-team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now it's a quarterback third and long. You look into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Browns are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too.
Let's go. Ready.
They'll run from the gun. It's Judkins. And not a whole lot of room to operate there in the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Here's Sanders. He'll swing this out to Judkins. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
To throw now, here's Sanders. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here, they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well.
And you just knew that for this team to advance, it had to get a big performance from this unit. And to this point, they delivered.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. The Browns drive about to get started. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Now Sanders. Alexander. He's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. The Browns on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be third and forever. Sanders to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So on fourth down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. Fielded just inside the 20. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Then he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Baylor Tigers.
Herbert. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Baylor Tigers.
Herbert throwing again. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Hey, Kappa.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go over the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
Complete to Wright. And this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the first down right near the 24. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
Crowd right. Sit. 12.
They snap it to Herbert. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're working inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. First down on a pickup of 11.
First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Ramp.
Now it's Herbert. He'll dump this off to Hampton, complete. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Omari Hampton, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And it's now 21-0.
21. Browns, nothing. Cameron Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. The Cleveland offense ready to go. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
An inside run with Jenkins. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. They go play action now. Sanders. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
Now Sanders. A final shot before break. He's going to float this one deep right side. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports.
Cameron Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
Both teams trying to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. The Browns drive about to get started. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as we mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Throwing, Sanders. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Well, that flag puts them on their heels a little bit more defensively as the officials walk it upfield.
Yeah, and they can blame the officials all they want, but bottom line, it's their own fault because, to me, that was an avoidable call. Stay focused and avoid major mistakes like that.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Herbert going to give to Hampton. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Hey, camp it. Let's go. Hey. Set.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. Right side, he has Johnston. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because of the drag route. And he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down. Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. And his kick is good. And the route is on. It's 24-0. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Let's go. Black, ready?
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. That's to his running back, Winshawn Judkins. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back. But now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Now Gabriel. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Well, they definitely figured out something defensively at halftime, Charles. That's now 2 drives and 2 interceptions here in this 3rd quarter.
And I think the easy thing for us to say is, boy, they made an adjustment, didn't they? Or they showed him something different. I'm not so sure it's that as much as maybe he's just been impatient and forced the ball a little bit. In any event, as you noted, back-to-back interceptions thrown.
And now this one may draw a penalty. He just blindly threw that one to the sideline. And, yep, indeed, the flag is out. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Here's Herbert. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. A gain of 5. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. But, Charles, what a rookie season he had catching the football, over 1,000 yards on the year, and he comes through there with a nice grab.
And we've seen wide receivers in recent years come in and have big years right away. And you think about Justin Jefferson in 2020, 1,400 yards and huge impact on his team and on the league. This guy, he's following his footsteps as an impact guy here in year 1. One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in. He's just got to throw this one away.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good for 56 yards out. And the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they wanted to admit it themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Yellow.
Throwing now, Gabriel. And this is going to be incomplete.
And you can tell just by looking at them that this offense is a frustrated unit. Things are really unraveling here, and as a head coach, time to earn your paycheck. You've got to find a way to keep it together as that brings up another 4th down.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Fourth down. Here's Gabriel. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward.
Ready?
To throw, Gabriel. Looking to the side, he's got it, complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Add this game to the last one, and they moved the ball over 50 yards in 2 plays. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. From 6 yards away. And the Browns are able to come into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. Whoa, what happened there? No good. Off the crossbar, and it comes back. A very poor effort from PAT distance.
Cairo Santos set to kick off.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
You should get out of my way. Don't tell me what I should do. I do what I want anyway. Don't really care what you think.
The Charger drive about to get going. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Back to throw here, Herbert. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go. One quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. It's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we begin the fourth quarter. The Chargers on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Here's Herbert. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a deep one for Johnston. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
Let's go.
Herbert now. He's going to go up top again. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes this way down deep into Cleveland territory. A big play there for L.A. And even 50 yards.
And this has been the story all night long. They just came out firing and have not backed off, even with the big fourth quarter lead. Here's another completion for big yardage.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the night. And the Chargers up the lead to 4 scores now here in this fourth quarter. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Round 6. Cameron Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. Trying to lay one up deep. That is incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Set, ready, set.
Gabriel looking to throw. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Let's go now. Red, 38. Set, huh?
To the air is Gabriel. That one out wide and intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Up the middle, it's Hampton. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. From the 46, here's 2nd down and 7.
2nd and 7 at the 46.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down.
Crowd right, crowd right. Relating. You're out. Home to trips right. Set.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that would be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. They do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Panther 11, Panther 11.
Sanders. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. And here's Ryan Wright now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Charger drive about to get going.
And you'd have to say they have done what they set out to do in this wild card round. It won't get easier from here, of course, but they'll certainly have some momentum built up for when they hit the road in the divisional round next weekend.
A good pickup there, 21 yards.
10 at the 49-yard line.
Set.
Play action. It's Herbert. Now he's going to step up and run. He's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. It's J.O.K. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah in there for the sack. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. From the 50, here's Herbert. Under pressure, they got him again. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Out of the gun, Herbert. Well, he's going to go for it all. And that will be incomplete. Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up 4th down.
In punt formation.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 20-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest.
A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
And his throw is going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The Browns on 3rd down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd and 4.
Now Sanders. Open man is the rookie from Auburn.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A big play there on the catch and run. 34 yards. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
From the gun, it's Shedeur.
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Unfortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for them. But after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down.
He had to absorb another little bump there from the defense, another incomplete pass. We've seen a lot of that tonight.
They've come after him all night long. Nothing but pressure in his face. He's trying to stand up there.
And oh, my goodness, here's a 5th interception. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
22-yard line.
Go line.
They're going to pass here with Herbert. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 4.
They'll work inside here, Hampton. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. The Chargers, they're going to continue on in these